Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in to my super chat. Thank you so very much. You give me every incentive to rock these live streams. And ladies and gentlemen, what can I tell you? They have begun impeachment of President Trump for a great economy. And what else can I tell you? Just for peace between North and South Korea. We can go on forever we can go on forever explaining how absurd this is. But the real issue here is that they're paving the way for you-know-who. They are paving the way for one person. They're paving the way for Madam Cyberhack. Okay? Everything has to be morally relative. So when they purchase a Steele dossier that says that President Trump enjoys a whole bunch of different activities within a hotel room, that needs to be investigated. When there are tremendous conflicts of interest with the former vice president, we cannot investigate that. In fact, there was Congressman Kennedy of Louisiana with Chuck Todd today, and Chuck Todd is like, but there's no evidence of wrongdoing. There's evidence of a conflict of interest. That's the point. Democrats don't understand what a conflict of interest is, whether it's millions flowing from Uranium One into the Clinton Foundation and then a beneficial action taking place. That is called a conflict of interest. Did the millions of dollars have anything to do with uranium being sold to the Kremlin? Did the $700,000 that Andrew McCabe's spouse took from Clinton allies in Virginia have anything to do with the fact that he basically did not treat the former Secretary of State the same way that he treated President Trump and everyone around Trump? So that's the question. These are issues that are called conflicts of interest. Okay? When it's President Trump, every allegation needs to be investigated. When it's a Democrat, how dare you investigate any allegation? And not only that, how dare you even insinuate that something could have been wrong? How dare you even insinuate that something could have been wrong, or that there could have been some misconduct? Because you know what? That there's no evidence of that. They keep on saying there's no evidence when the standard of proof for Democrats is any allegation against Trump, we have to investigate. Any allegation. The person who stated a complaint against Trump regarding his conversation, which, by the way, he's going to give the transcripts, which are hilarious. That person didn't have firsthand knowledge. Thank you, Renegade NPC. Yes. That person didn't have firsthand knowledge. And yet they're reporting it like it's the crime of the century. It's a conversation. But here, Trump impeachment, Pelosi launches formal impeachment inquiry. This is 51 minutes ago. 12 minutes, impeach soars on Merriam-Webster. 36, a search by 36,000% on Tuesday. Oh my God. They're going to impeach the president for record low Black and Latino unemployment. And in terms of Hispanic and Latino men, the unemployment rate is lower than the national average of 3.7%. It's 3.1%. You can look at the economy is running well. A lot better than President Obama's economy. The foreign policy is a lot better. But the very elite, very establishment part of this country cannot stand Trump's personality. Christopher Harvey! The Senate was the key in protecting Trump. The Dems just told Trump that he has full support in FISA D-class and opening of the sealed indictments. Christopher Harvey, thank you! You know what? I think that Christopher and everyone, I actually think I'm hoping that they do impeach Trump, and I'll tell you why. It's as a Trump supporter, I'm voting for President Trump in 2020, and I can tell you this. Let's see, let's get a good glimpse of Madam Cyberhack there. I think that it would be a very good thing because it would show how it's not going to work. Nothing they do at this point right now, they are just trying to rally a very focused group of supporters. They have about 30 to 40 million people that really believe everything that that is said by Democrats and media and Chuck Todd and CNN and the Washington Post and the New York Times. There are about 40 million people, okay? Now, she won the popular vote with 65 million or so because she outspent Trump 2-1. But this is not about truth. It's about public relations and making anything stick to President Trump. So this is going to actually completely backfire like it usually does. Even this conversation with the Ukrainian leader, nothing sticks to Trump because it's all a bunch of nonsense. So I actually would want them, yet again, they spent 3 years on Trump working with Russia. That never happened. They said that Clinton would win the 2016 election. She's not only going to be running, she'll be the nominee and she will lose. Democrats will go back to Clinton. Okay? Ramona Go, hello. In the Philippines, hello. Thank you for watching. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, it's a matter of when, not if. It's a matter of when. This will be the biggest political call in recent history. Clinton is going to run. Do not believe, and she's going to win the nomination because Democrats are an extension of two people. Do not believe that why do you think Democrats have waited so long to impeach President Trump? They've waited so long because there's really nothing to impeach him on. Bucolic Buffalo! Trump's got them in checkmate, and Madam... Bucolic Buffalo, thank you. Yes. So, I mean, there you go. There you have it. It is, they cannot win with Trump. The economy is good. He did not work with Russia. That points all the way back to Clinton. What did he do wrong? The only thing they have is his personality, and Americans don't care. If they're working, if they're generating wealth for their families, incomes for their loved ones and themselves, they don't care. So there's really nothing. So now they're going to basically, I think they're going to end up impeaching Trump on a bunch of nonsense. They're going to impeach President Trump, and they're going to look really bad doing so. Really bad. Like horrendous. Like really horrendous doing so. And the interesting thing here, ladies and gentlemen, is that I almost think Trump either doesn't care or wants them to impeach him. Because there's nothing, there are no high crimes and misdemeanors. There's nothing that they can impeach him on, and it really doesn't matter if there are high crimes and misdemeanors. It doesn't matter. As long as Clinton can run and say, why aren't I 50 points ahead from this impeached president? They don't care. Now, the thing with her husband, when he was impeached, the reason that they're probably going to say, well, you know what? His poll numbers went up. He won re-election because well, you know, his people liked his personality. People liked his personality, so that's why. But I mean, you know, the issue here is that, well, I'll just read this. Pelosi launches formal Trump impeachment. Speaker Nancy Pelosi announced the House is launching a formal impeachment inquiry into President Trump, setting up a dramatic constitutional clash. just over a year before the presidential election. Nobody cares. This is all nonsense. When Chuck Todd or when Chris Cuomo are like, you said that you weren't going to investigate Giuliani, but you said that you weren't going to investigate Biden, but now you're saying you did want the Ukrainians to investigate him. It's like, oh my God, are you certain that Biden didn't engage in wrongdoing when he openly bragged and boasted about the $1 billion he was going to withhold? Yes or no? Well, there's no evidence of any. There's no evidence to you. There's evidence to John Solomon of The Hill. There's evidence to a whole lot of people, a whole lot of journalists. They're conservative. There's no evidence to you because you don't think a conflict of interest has anything. They call it whataboutism. There's no such thing as whataboutism. It's called hypocrisy. If you care about conflicts of interest with Trump, which really there aren't any. What were the conflicts of interest? The resorts? They're focusing on resorts. He doesn't care. You think Trump is like, oh my God, I hope the U.S. government spends some money on my resorts. I'll be rich. Mwah! He doesn't care. But with Trump, it's like, oh my God, the conflicts of interest, this corruption must not stand. They're all over the place. It's called conflicts of interest. Exactly, Ram Lafar, exactly. It's Groundhog Day. It's the same thing over and over again. It's like the movie, I got you to hold my hand. And then he wakes up, Bill Murray wakes up, I got you. Oh my God, again? The same day over and over and over again. Harmony, cheers, hello. It's the same thing over and over again. I got you to kiss goodnight. Oh, not again, Pelosi, no! I got you to hold me tight. Golden Moo, get out! Oh my God, no! I want to read you this Atlantic article by a fantastic journalist. And this is really interesting. It's kind of hilarious. It's today. It was published today. So they're going to impeach President Trump. And they're going to time it. Basically, look, they're going to try to impeach Trump. It's not going to work out for them. It'll work out only to rally or embolden a certain number of people who always vote Democrat. Okay? That's it. But this is the Atlantic, and this is from a great journalist, okay, but you gotta love it. We've reached the breaking point. We've reached the breaking point with Trump. We can't do it anymore. We've reached the breaking point. This is why I love Trump, because he makes all these people, they have more hair than I do. They're like, I can't stand him. It's like, well, you'll just have to deal with the record low unemployment. I'm sorry. The Ukraine scandal confirms that Trump knows he can act with impunity, and no one will stop him. What? He had a phone conversation, buddy. It was a phone conversation about a possible conflict of interest of a Democrat. Oh my God, the whataboutism. It's called whataboutism. Yeah, what about? Always, everyone should talk. Everyone should engage in whataboutism. Everybody. It used to be called hypocrisy. Whataboutism is called hypocrisy. So when you're like, Trump has conflicts of interest. What about Biden and Clinton? You said whataboutism. It's like, yeah, that's called hypocrisy. Don't pretend to care. It used to be called hypocrisy. You've changed the meaning of that word. You've changed the meaning of words. And here we go, like, okay, in June, President Donald Trump was enjoying a rare respite from scandal. He had successfully squelched. He had successfully squelched the special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation. Ooh, squelch. No, they squelched themselves. They fabricated everything. He never worked with Russia to hack the DNC to inform the country that Bernie Sanders was cheated, thus giving Clinton the popular vote, while giving Trump swing states because of Facebook ads nobody saw, and causing Debbie Wasserman Schultz to resign in disgrace. That never, ever, 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 ever happened. Never happened. Ever. Okay? SM! Pelosi is leveraged. POTUS is controlling the rollout. Yep, Trump is in control. Absolutely. We have nothing to fear. Patriots stand firm. Well, SM, thank you. I would say, yeah. I mean, I don't think there's... I think that Trump almost wants this. I think what Trump is doing, SM, I think what Trump is doing is that he's like, don't impeach me. Don't impeach me. Impeach me. Go ahead. Come on. Better for ratings. Come on. And they're like, this president. Oh my God. SM, thank you. I agree. I don't think there's any issue at all. Since Mueller has also limited his examination of collusion to potential violations of criminal law, the Mueller investigation had marched itself into a dead... No, wrong. It wasn't violations of criminal law. And collusion is... First of all, there's a statute pertaining to collusion they could have indicted Trump on. Had he engaged in a grandiose plot or endeavor to work with a foreign power. Had he done that, even I would have been like, wow, okay, that's not that good. But there was no evidence to even think that he did. Chuck Todd, the same guy who went after Congressman Kennedy today, is also the same guy who listened to James Clapper, where he kept saying, is there any evidence of Trump-Russia collusion? No, there's no evidence of... But if you had it, would you show it? Yes, we don't have any evidence. Would you stop asking the question? We're going to railroad Trump anyway. Don't worry about it. God. This is the same guy. He literally hears there's no evidence. There's no evidence of Trump-Russia collusion. No evidence. SM, thank you very much. There's no evidence. And... they still go after Trump with memos. The only evidence they had against Trump was hearsay and gossip, and in fact, people didn't like his personality. That's it. That's the only thing they went after Trump on. That's it. There was no money flow. You have money flows from Biden to the Golden Moo. Why aren't I 50 points ahead, you might ask? Thank you, Cody. They had no money flow, no nothing, no conflict of interest. And Senior Talupin, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. But let's continue. They engaged in a complete farce, a complete ridiculous, absurd fabrication. And they were again caught with their pants down. And it wasn't a pretty sight. And they were yet again mortified. And they were yet again barking up the wrong tree. And they found nothing because there was nothing. And God forbid you want to investigate a Democrat. It's like, there's no evidence. There was no evidence of Trump, but you looked at a Steele dossier and gossip from Alexander Downer and the opinions of corrupt intelligence chiefs who pretended they were doing this for the country when in reality they were just setting up and framing Trump in an insurance policy that Peter Strzok talked about, where he literally states, we will stop Trump. They literally states, we will stop Trump. But let's continue. Trump celebrated by granting a rare non-Fox News interview to ABC's George Stephanopoulos. Stephanopoulos asked him, what if another foreign government offered dirt on an opponent in 2020? What would you do? I think you might want to listen. There isn't anything wrong with listening. Like, can you imagine? This is from the Democratic Party where they actively sought to purchase a dossier on Trump. They actively, Joseph Mifsud, all of these people are like, what do you know? And then with Trump, they're like, what if someone tells us something bad about us? What will you do? Huh? And then he's like, I think you might want to listen. And then this article goes, hey, can you believe what he said? Can you believe what he said? So don't say you weren't warned. Trump got away with it the first time. The lesson he learned was to try again. What did he get away with? What did he get away with? He got no help from Russia. Not one. Nothing. What did he do? It was Clinton who used servers outside of the United States government committing crimes. What did he do? He won the election. What help did he get? Facebook ads? You have no clue that the Kremlin ordered Facebook ads that nobody saw. How many votes were altered from the DNC emails? And by the way, why were they embarrassing? Well, that's right, because Bernie was cheated. Oh, that's right. That's right. Thank you, Sarah. Pony Girl, thank you. So it's like, what is it that they're so mortified over or so indignant over? They're indignant because they continue. Trump is like Trump is the roadrunner. They're Wile E. Coyote. They cannot catch him. They cannot do anything because he doesn't do it. He just his existence, his personality is offensive. Is repulsive to them. So every day they're reminded that they have to deal with his personality. They can't stand it. So then this article goes back in the early days of the Trump presidency. Trump's enablers wistfully suggested that he might grow into the job as he learned not to do corrupt things. What? He had a phone conversation. What corrupt things? Where? What is he doing that's so corrupt? Does he have a foundation that's raising $10 billion for Haiti and then, oh, by the way, the money just disappears? What happened to that money? Is he bragging like the former vice president about getting someone in another country fired? What is the guy doing? I want to know what he's doing that's so corrupt. What is he doing that's so corrupt? What on earth is he doing that is so utterly corrupt? It's like unbelievable. And then this guy, in June 2017, news broke that Trump had demanded FBI Director James Comey go easy on Michael Flynn. We have no evidence of that. First of all, Michael Flynn did nothing wrong. He should be pardoned. He did nothing wrong. Oh, you say he lied to the FBI? So did Andrew McCabe. And Michael Flynn didn't even lie. Both McCabe and Comey initially said he didn't. So what did Michael Flynn do? He was not an agent of any country while NSA director. While National Security Advisor. So what did he do wrong? They set up and framed him. And the only person who said that he should go easy on Flynn was Comey, and Comey lied under oath as well numerous times. Oh, we didn't exonerate Clinton before interviewing her. Yeah, right. Then he goes, well, we knew where the investigation was going. It's like, no, actually, James Baker, who's also under criminal investigation, disagreed with you and wanted to indict Clinton for obvious criminal behavior. Obvious. So you had the top FBI legal counsel saying, yeah, these are statutes that were broken by the Secretary of State. Many of them. How did the top secret and special access program intelligence, how did that even get to get onto her servers? But this is interesting. It's like this article is interesting. Goes on to say like, the presidents knew at this, then House Speaker Paul Ryan said at the time. No one cares what Paul Ryan thinks. Believe me, nobody cares. Believe me. He's new to government, so he probably wasn't steeped in the long-running protocols that established the relationship between the DOJ, FBI, and White Houses. You mean the protocol that says that Loretta Lynch could meet with Bill Clinton to speak about golf, Brexit, and grandchildren? You mean the protocol that says they could use a dossier with the wife of a Justice Department official working for the company that was outsourced by Hillary Clinton? You mean those types of wonderful, long-standing relationships? Give him time, Ryan seemed to suggest. This is unbelievable. They really believe this. They're in for a world of... their entire world is going to come crashing down when the Golden Muumuu loses again. KB, thank you. Their entire world this is going to be really interesting. This is really going to be interesting. They are truly, truly, truly. They're truly interested. They truly believe that they're on the side of right. And it's like, no, they're so corrupt. Trump drew a very different conclusion from the one which Ryan had hoped to nudge him. Oh, Paul Ryan nudging. Let's just a little bit to the right, Orange Monster. You don't want to upset Comey. He concluded nobody is going to stop me. Yeah. Yes, that's what Trump concluded. He's like, the guy can't have a phone conversation. He can't even speak on the phone. He can't speak on the phone. They're like, he spoke on the phone. He wanted to investigate wrongdoing of a Democrat? No. It's interference. It's like, how come all the interference is linked to their wrongdoing? How does that work? The breathtaking thing about Trump's latest violation is how many people knew or about some or all of it. How many people knew about some or all of it as it happened? Well, actually, the person who complained had no direct knowledge. But let's not stop there. It's pretty unbelievable. So, acting White House Chief of Staff Mike Mulvaney relayed the order to block the distribution of congressionally voted funds to the Ukraine. Wait a second. I don't understand something. This is very interesting. With Trump, they're making the correlation. They're making the direct correlation between what he said and what he meant. But with Biden, they don't make that correlation. And he literally is like, yeah, and then I got them to fire the prosecutor. So wait, you didn't mean to make that happen for self-serving purposes? Oh, okay, I get it. So you can literally brag and boast, but if Trump allegedly engages in the same thing, then it's bad. If Trump dares to do what you have done, only then is it bad. Got it. Anabomb 31458. Thank you so very much. Anabomb 31458. Thank you. It's really unbelievable. So, thank you so much. As always, thank you. And all of this happened in plain sight. All of what happened? So what? So he asked to see if Biden had committed a crime. My God, everyone could see the money being withheld for months. That's what Biden literally bragged about that. Everybody knew that Trump's personal emissary, Rudy Giuliani, had traveled to Ukraine to seek dirt on the former Vice President Joe Biden. No. Giuliani appeared on TV to talk about it! Exclamation point. Look, the DNC reached out to Ukraine. This is documented by John Solomon at The Hill to find dirt on Manafort, okay, which hurt Trump politically, obviously. The Manafort ledger was a bunch of nonsense that they found out. Okay, so it's like, it's really unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. The double standard. Trump takes advantage of human tendency to think if he's not ashamed, maybe he did nothing wrong. What? Normal people are taken aback by pathological people. Oh, but you're going to vote for, Madam Cyberhack again. Gotcha. And Trump is the most pathological president in American history. Yes, signing the First Step Act. Being the first president to step foot in North Korea and begin a détente between North and South Korea. Economic opportunity zones. record low unemployment nationally, 500,000 new manufacturing jobs. Oh my God, going up against corrupt intelligence chiefs that lie under oath, that utilize dossiers purchased by Trump's direct political rival. Oh, the horror! But we're at a breaking point. The Ukraine story confirms that Trump will do anything, everything. Please, Trump. You know what the best thing is, and this is why it's just, go ahead, try to impeach President Trump. Do it. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and impeach Trump. And you know what? They are going to, this is the thing. This is an existential issue for the Democratic Party, ladies and gentlemen. They have reached a point of no return. They're not going, this is not about Warren. Have you heard anything about Elizabeth Warren? Bernie, his campaign is like officially done. They're always accusing Bernie Sanders supporters of online harassment. It's just, he's not going to win the Democratic primary. Okay, the only chance he had was when I was saying he had a chance, or he was going to, and then we found out he was getting cheated. But they're not going to go with Warren, who's basically another Bernie Sanders. They're not going to go with Biden, who never got close to actually winning any presidency. Okay? Ryan, thank you. Thank you, Ryan. They are going, it's if it's not tomorrow, if it's not next week. And here we have a really interesting article. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a really interesting article from the Washington Free Beacon. Where is it? Good news for Hillary Clinton 2020. When do you think this article was published? Do you think it was published in 2016 or 15? No. It was published September 24th, today. Today is the greatest. The Democratic primary is a three-way race. For starters, the Daily Beast reports that former Hillary Clinton campaign aides are giving advice to Biden. Yeah, they're not giving no advice to Biden. Trust me. It's all this amounts to great news for Hillary Clinton's political prospects in 2020. Biden looks wobbly, and Clinton's rivals from the 2016 campaign, Bernie Sanders, is struggling to stay relevant. They're talking about it, people. This is a great writer. Okay. Annenbaum 31458. Thank you very much. Thank you as always. Annenbaum 31458. Thank you as always. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. Who do you think this is going to happen, people? Now, here's my humble message to the Clinton campaign again. Please, we have 2024 for fart sausage war. That's a great name. One of the great names of all time. I must give credit where credit is due. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the Democratic Party, it's an extension of only two people. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Clinton never, ever, ever said she was not going to run in the future to become Democratic nominee. She never said that. The one time the news reports claimed that she wasn't running, it was a ridiculous publicity stunt. Jim, I agree. Yeah. I mean, Judicial Watch is at the forefront of all of this. I just don't think, I tell you what, I just don't think that she cares. I don't think that Trump cares what's going on. I know President Trump knows that momentum is on his side. They can impeach him. They can do whatever they like. He'll win again. He knows he has to just, Enrique, thank you. He knows that he just has to do a couple of things, and he'll win re-election. The economy has to stay on point. He'll win re-election. But this is all about Clinton. They're going to impeach President Trump just to pave the way for Clinton. Clinton actually committed crimes. You're talking about the Golden Moo actually committing crimes. There was no criminal activity from Trump. He never worked with Russia. That's absurd. The whole thing is so absurd. It's absolutely ridiculous. It is the most ridiculous thing you could ever imagine, that somebody would work with Russia to inform the country that Bernie was cheated. They haven't even explained. SM, thank you. I do believe that President Obama was born in the U.S., so I don't think SM, thank you though. Thank you, SM. I don't think that the birth certificate was forged or anything, but SM, I appreciate that. I don't think that. I think that, President Obama was born in the United States of America, but see, the thing is, that type of that's one of the reasons that Republicans lost, but Republicans don't have the mainstream. So the equivalent of that was Trump worked with Russia. That's the equivalent. And they can get away with that type of thing because they just run the show in terms of the media. But Clinton is going to run again. Either October or November. She's going to run. I am the only person on the planet saying this right now. And I have been the only person consistently saying this since 2017. When she runs, everything I've said about the left and everything I've said about politics will be vindicated. Well, it's already been vindicated, but everything, especially I said about the left, will be more true than ever. The only person who could possibly raise enough money is Clinton. She outspent Trump 2-1. Arya, thank you. She outspent Trump 2-1 and still lost $1.2 billion. It's a $600 million. So now you have the person who filed the Intel community complaint going to testify to Congress. Okay, they're like struggling for material. So they're like, okay, we'll just, we're going to impeach Trump. How's that? Can we, they have nothing. They're not passing any legislation. What are they passing? What legislation are they passing? That's it. They're not passing any legislation. Where's that Medicare for All bill that they're looking at right now? So there is no legislation. They don't have any specific policy that they're really focused on. The only thing they've done is the most underhanded, shady kind of politics. They've engaged in the most underhanded, shady type of politics. That's it. They're going to impeach President Trump on nonsense. The Senate is going to prevent any removal, obviously, because the Senate is run by, could you imagine, God forbid, if the Senate was run by Democrats? That would actually be not only a constitutional crisis, that would be a very, very dangerous moment in American history where you would have a person impeached for nothing. They're looking at the intelligence chiefs, the intelligence community, as gospel, except if it were turned against them. If it were turned against them, they would be like, oh, well, that's just their opinion. That's just their opinion. It's not that big of a deal. Why, So, I think that if you look at what's taking place with Democrats, they're being led astray. They're being led astray by a whole bunch of intelligence chiefs, journalists, establishment officials, the Democratic Party elite, and it's like Crypto Pirate 1776. H.A. love you, brother. No disrespect, man. Saying the next to Jesus, you're my favorite Jewish. Thank you, Crypto Pirate 1776. Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so very, very much, Crypto Pirate. That's a great 1776 is a great name. Also, thank you, and that was a beautiful sentiment, and I thank you very, very much for it. Thank you for watching. It's Crypto Pirate 1776. You have to be here. Everyone be here when Clinton finally does, quote unquote, officially announce. She's already basically announced a million different times. And be here November of 2020, 1 year from now. Basically 1 year from now, people. We have a year where they're on the goal line. They are on the goal line right now. And Enamon 31458, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Jack Perry. Really, HA, while I'm at work? Canada. Jack, Canada election. That's right. That's right. The wonderful Trudeau. Let's see what happens to him. He's been a bad, naughty person, hasn't he? We have to say people kind. It's called people kind. Jack, thank you. And 131458, thank you so very, very much. So, I will, Arya. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Election night, oh my God, it's going to be so great. Especially when they lose again with Madam Cyberhack, they'll be like, first, you know what they'll do? Because they're gonna abandon ship on that one. First, it's gonna be like Trump. Then they're gonna realize they lost again with Madam Cyberhack. They'll be like, what happened to us? Who told us to do this? And I'll be like, I told you in 2015 that you're going down a journey you don't want to go down. Woke AF. You're such a soothing voice, incredible speech. Yes, President UN. Yes, great speech. Woke AF, great speech today. I listened to it. Everything he said was on point. It was really on point. Woke AF, thank you. Christopher! This is a huge sign that Dems have no faith in their chances of winning in 2020. Desperation. Yes. Jean de Valette, thank you. Jean, thank you so much. Jean de Valette, thank you. It's true. Christopher, it's true. There is no, this is Clinton-style politics. All of this is, the thing is, they said, the Clintons looked and said, well, we got impeached. Yeah, guess what happened in the Oval Office? What is his? I just want to tell you, we were talking about foreign policy, and I was doing a lecture on intercontinental ballistic missiles, and all I did, ladies and gentlemen, was SM. Hope to see you at Trump's inauguration. That would be awesome. Thank you, SM. Sanderford, if the impeachment proceeds, prepare for the rage. Sanderford. Yeah, you know what, though? I'll tell you what. Like Christopher and like Woke AF said, the speech was amazing today, but they're not going to intimidate Trump. They're speaking to a pretty narrow group of people. James, thank you. They're speaking to a very narrow group of people. It's a lot of people, 30 plus million people, but they cheated Bernie Sanders, so they have nothing left. They have nothing left. Jack Perry, October 20th, Greece election, Argentina, fourth Dem debate. Yep. Wow. Wait, let's see. The fourth Dem debate is, I thought it was the 16th. Let me check on that. Fourth Dem debate. Democratic debate. When is that? It was the 16th. There now be 12. Okay, so wait. Date? Okay, mid-October. October 15th and 16th. So, Brandon Wolf! Hey, HA, long time no super chat. Sophie there pushing time to political way. Politically, yes, Brandon Wolf. They're gonna do it themselves with their their irrational behavior. I hope everyone heard the rendition of the Atlantic article. Like, Trump's lawlessness. Like, well, what is he doing at a phone conversation? He asked to investigate a Democrat. Yeah. And, well, that's interference. No, it's not. Did he commit crimes? There's a transfer of money and a conflict of interest. That's why Andrew McCabe's going to get indicted any day now, William Barr. Any day. We're waiting. We're waiting. You can hurry it up, you know. Brandon Wolf, thank you. I just, I gotta say, I have to say, you know, this is really going to be, it's really going to be hilarious, and it's also going to be very interesting. It's going to be hilarious and interesting what takes place. If they go ahead, they try to impeach Trump, it is absolutely not going to work out. It's not going to work out. And the hilarious thing is, like, it's not going to work out, and then they're going to wonder, like, well, what happened? Oh, no. Actually, I take that back. You know what? They don't care. They just want to make everything morally relative for Clinton. Chad Davis! HA, I'm headed to the Great Lakes, Illinois, to watch my nephew graduate Navy boot camp Friday. Oh, congratulations. Please keep putting out great content from my road trip. Chad Davis! God bless your nephew. God bless you, and thank you so very much. And thank you for always watching. Chad Davis. Very cool. Congrats. Congratulations. Awesome. Very awesome. Thank you, Chad. Thank you. Jean de Valette. I suspect that Gene, thank you. I suspect that Biden made phone calls last night saying if he goes down, every other Dem's profited from, meaning all of them. Yeah, I think so. John, I think so. I also think that. This was the doing of the Golden Muumuu as well, and Congressman Devin Nunes stated that. So, Cloud Blue Zero, thank you. I think so, and I think also it's the issue. I think that the main issue is Clinton paving the way. So all of this is to ensure that James, thank you, to ensure that you have everything so morally relative that they're tripping over their own corruption. They're tripping over their own corruption. which is kind of hilarious in and of itself. Ladies and gentlemen, to my super chat, thank you so very much. You've been very, very kind. Everyone, 580 people, pretty much late night. Thank you so very, very much. Everyone, thank you. God bless. I'll be back, and I do appreciate the support, and this week is going to be awesome. The next couple of months will be amazing. The next week, the next year will be astounding. And let's do it all together. Thank you so very, very much, people. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great evening.